So we also see about the Operation Blue Star in the previous. So the Northeast India issue has been begin. Why it's begin? Because as we can see in our India, okay, in our India map, we have seen that if this is Mizoram, okay, so this is the border and Mizoram first. Okay, after independence, Mizoram want a different state. Why it is so? Because Mizoram is come under the Assam. Mizoram is came under Assam. And before Mizoram state is not formed, the Mizoram people is living in the Assam states in the Lusai Hills. So in Lusai Hills, okay, in Lusai Hill, we always found the people who belongs to Mizo tribe. All the people who belongs to Mizo tribe, they are living in the Lusai Hill. And Lusai Hill wants a independent states. They want their autonomy. And here the resolution, here the challenges had been started related to independent Mizoram state. And now we see how the Mizoram state has been formed. Okay, so what happens, student? Mizoram state has been formed after there is a one story behind this. Okay, so Rajiv Gandhi assumptions of power after the following his mother death, Rajiv Gandhi's mother death, he is following his power, and it is the beginning of the new era of the Indian politics. In 1980, you can see in the picture also the Lal Dinga. Okay, just wait as it take a time. Okay, you can see in 1986 the Lal Dinga came back from exile and signed an accord with the Indian government. You can see here how the Lal Dinga and the government people are sitting over there and they are signing a one agreement. On 30 June 1986, the government of India agreed to grant a full statehood. They are agreed on 30 June 1986. The government of India agreed to give a full statehood to Mizoram, and they are giving and they are guaranteeing the full autonomy that you can do anything. You can have an independent. You can have a full autonomy in culture, land laws, and tradition. They given a full guaranteeing and autonomy in 30 June 1986. Afterward, you can see here the document has been signed by Lal Dinga on the behalf of MNF. Now, what is MNF? Okay, MNF is a one of the organization. Okay, it's one of the union which name as Mizo National Front. The full form of MNF is Mizo National Front, which lead by the nothing but the Lal Dinga. Afterward, what happened when the document has been signed on the behalf of MNF? At that time, the Union Home Secretary, okay, Union Home Secretary was R.D. Pradhan, and on behalf of the government, Chief Secretary of Minister, on the behalf of Chief Secretary of Mizoram, the Chief Secretary of Mizoram is at that time Lakhama. Lakhama is the Chief Secretary of Mizoram, and all these people are signing the agreement, and the agreement is the autonomy, full autonomy of the Mizoram, and they having a statehood. Now Mizoram is also a independent state according to this term. Now what is written in this agreement? Now let's see what all the things, what all the terms written in the agreement. According to the agreement, according to its term, what they are thinking. all the violence, all the violence and all the amnesty. The MNF volunteer. Now, what happened? According at the time of independent state, they want the independent state as a Mizoram. So they had started a certain movements. They had started a movement with their rifles. The Mizoram people, Lal Dinga, the MNF people, the MNF volunteer had started their movements with their rifle. They had started violencing. But after signing the agreement, in that agreement, they have certain terms. So let's see what the terms the government has mentioned in that agreement. So MNF volunteer came out there hiding and surrender arms to the governments. All the people, all the MNS activists, all the MNF volunteer who started the movement with the violence, who started the movements with the armed forces, they surrender, and who is hiding in the bamboo hut. All the people came forward and surrendered themselves. All the total number of 614 activists gave themselves within a 1 or 2 week, within a 1 or 2 week, they gave themselves, they surrendered themselves to the government after signing the agreement. Afterwards, all the rifles, LMGs and rifle has been surrendered. Okay, so you can see in the screen also, while some Mizo people, while some Mizo people continue to participate in electoral politics, while some Mizo people, okay, you have a doubt, you can ask me. Now, next thing is happened, that is in February 1966. It is all about 1986 when they are signing the agreement. But now, what happened in the past? In February 1966, the MNF started an armed campaign. The MNF, that is Mizo National Frontier, started an armed campaign for independence. And what happened na, at that time, student, one drought has been came. One drought has been came in Lusa Hills, but the government people not help that much. They are not helped that much as they want, and because of this, the Mizo people the Mizo tribes who are living in the Lusai Hill, they are feeling like they are just ignoring, the government is ignoring, and that's why they have started a one campaign, that is Mizo National Frontier, and they started the fight that they want independent state. And in 1973, after the less extremist Mizo leaders had scaled down their demand, they started their demand that they want separate state of Mizoram. The region was made into union territory. And after the rise of in the insurgencies in 1970, both sides realized the futility of armed struggle. In 1973, they both realized, and the government of India was willing to offer some autonomy, the willing to offer some freedom to the Mizo types, the Mizo peoples. And after that, the formation of Mizoram state took place in 20th February 1987. Okay, so this is the nothing but because of the help of Mizo National Frontier, and some of the issues has been happened at that time at the independent state. But slowly and gradually, on the 20th February 1987, they gave us independent state and they gave autonomy. Now it is a union territory also. So now you understand how the Lusai Hill and how the Mizo tribe is getting their independent state, and the name is now Mizoram. So I hope that you understand this. But uh, now Nagaland. How the Nagaland has been formed, what happened, and why they want an independent state as same as Nagaland. Sorry, as same as Mizoram. So Nagaland, the people who is from the Naga tribes. Nagaland is also came into the Assam before the independence. But the people who belongs to Naga tribe, they want their independent nation. They want their independent nation, sorry, independent state. An independent state name is today Nagaland. So let's see what is the history behind this Nagaland, the independent of Nagaland. So the Naga tribes who is living in the northeast India, they are also called as martial tribe. And the leader of the NNC, you can see in the screen also. Just wait, it is okay. The leader who started the Naga National Council, and leader is nothing but Angami Zahu Fizo. And now from NNC, they announced the establishment of the independent Nagaland, the independent Naga tribes. In 1954, the movement has been started. In 1955, the skirmish happened between local Nagas and the soldiers of the Assam. The fight happened between both of this, between Naga tribes and between the soldiers of the Assam, with rifles, militaries, okay, with rifles, military actions, all the violence has been taken over. And at that time, with this, several things the central government has understand that they demanding the autonomy, they want independence state as Nagaland. So the central government has started discussion on over there. They sit with the NNCs, okay, and with this they understand what is their demand, what type of demand they want. So after that, we discuss on all this. Okay, you want the meaning of. Afterward, as the central government and the Naga National Council sit together to decide to give the major territory and the status of the state to the Nagaland. And in 1st December 1963, they get the independence, they get a Naga majority tribe and part of a Tungsang. Okay, so this is the short journey of the Nagaland. So in 1st December, or we can say 30th November 1963, or at the night they get a independent state, but we can conclude it is the 1st December 1963. Okay, so 1st December 1963. Okay, so as you all know about the Assam, okay, but Assam in 1983, after the independence, what happened with Assam? What type of internal challenges they are facing? In 1983, there was a agitation started by all Assam students, all the youngsters, by all the Assam students, and Assam, okay, and all the Assam students and all the Assam Ganasgram, Ganesh Gram Parishad, and all the Assam students. They had started their certain agitation, there certain fighting between them. And here the question is started about the Assam of Bengali migrants. The people who are migrants and who are the Bengali migrants. So the question is arising between them that what we will do with this, what we will do with the Bengali migrants. So in 1985, Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi and the Central Home Minister Shankar Rao Chavan, okay, and the Assamese leader, that is Praful Kumar Mohanto, they signed a one agreement, they signed a one petition, or we can say the agreement. Through this agreement, it is decided that to send all the Bengal migrants to the Bangladesh, or we can say that to send them to the Bangladeshi citizen, okay, to send them their home, and who is living in the Assam, they back to their original places where they come. In 1986, elections were held in the Assam Legislative Assembly, and the Praful Kumar Mohanto, who was the, we can say, the minister of the Assam, or the Assamese leader. Now he is the Assam Gana Parishad, become the new chief minister of the Assam Gana Parishad. The Praful Kumar Mohanto in 1986 is the new chief minister of Assam Gana Parishad. Due to this democratic process and due to this, it is possible to establish the Assam and the Bengal migrants to shift to their Bangladesh where they come from. And in 1986, again, as I told you, the election has been held and a new chief minister has been appointed, that is Praful Kumar Mohanto. So this is the short story and the short history of the Assam. Some internal challenges has been happened between the, so it borders, as I told you, Arunachal Pradesh sharing a border with the state of Assam and Nagaland, and it's sharing their international border with the Bhutan, which is in the west, and the Myanmar, which is in the east. And a certain dispute has been also happened with the China related to McMahon borderline. Okay, the Arunachal Pradesh and the China having border disputes, and the border name is McMahon line, which line we can see in the Itanagar in the Arunachal Pradesh capital. Okay, Itanagar is in the state of the Arunachal Pradesh and it is the capital of Arunachal Pradesh. We can find this line, McMahon line, which is between Arunachal Pradesh and China. Now, Arunachal Pradesh is one of the largest of the seven sister states. Okay, as we saw, there are the seven sister states like Mizoram, Nagaland, Manipur, then Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, so the Arunachal Pradesh is one of the largest state from the seven sister. And not only that, student, as of the, I'm giving some general knowledge, okay, of the Arunachal Pradesh. So it might be helpful for you, and it is important to, you should have that much general knowledge of every states and every tribes and every internal challenges which faced by our India and its states. Okay, so here now we start how the Arunachal Pradesh independent state has been started. So in 1954, NEFA. Okay, students, so what is the full form of NEFA? What is the full form of NEFA? Okay, good. They want independent. No, NEFA. I'm talking about NEFA, not NNC. Okay. So NEFA has been in 1954. Started with they started with NEFA. Why it is started? Because they want independent state. as in Arunachal Pradesh. So in 1972 it has begun to be called Arunachal Pradesh. And Arunachal Pradesh is also called as region of the rising sun. And on 20th February, as I told you, on 20th February 1987, Arunachal Pradesh has got a independent state, has got a full autonomy. And during this period, 1960 to 2000, Northeast India has progressed so much, okay, toward the economic, toward financial, toward literacy. They had started. That's why it is called as region of rising sun. It has getting developed and developed. Like sun, as sun is rising, the Arunachal Pradesh is also getting rising. They are also getting developed. That's why Arunachal Pradesh is also called as region of rising sun. This area is one of the path of a progress towards the industrialization, education, literacy, financial background, each and everything. And as I say, on 20th February 1987, Arunachal Pradesh is one of the independent state of India. And now the capital is Itanagar. So